Hey everybody, Wisdom here, 4:35 a.m. Saturday morning, May 10th, 2014. To me, it is still Friday night. That said, apparently my second Dune Bug had never been on the Portal of Power. He came in with absolutely nothing, and it took me all of about 2 minutes to get him the cash he needed to upgrade and his base upgrades. Price that you need for a Newlander, that is a character with only a soul gem, no WoW pals, etc. To fully upgrade when you have the 18 wing sapphires is 9,088. Takes no time at all using my little money trick there I've shown you with Popthorn. A couple other characters you can use, but he's just super easy to get it done. So, the first Dune Bug we came in, we just upgraded him, fully upgraded, took him down the Scarab Sage path. Now we're going to actually take the Dune Mage path. Now, if you just messed around with the base upgrades, and I ran those names by you, in my case I would definitively think I'm taking Scarab Sage because I would think it related to the staff, and it would work out well. Now, if you told me that Hardened Shell was armor, and it was down Dune Mage, I might stop to consider it. But I would still assume that Dune Mage tied in almost exclusively with, Dune Ball, Dune Parade, Debilitating Dunes, all that jazz. And that's not really, it's cool, it's unique, it's special to him, I realize that, but I would still be inclined to go with a staff. That's just kind of one of those things, it appeals to me more. However, if you start to look at the Dune Mage path, it shouldn't probably be called that because it doesn't really do anything with your Dune Ball. It begins with Dune Bomb, and they call it, you're shooting a Dune grenade that traps enemies and explodes. Which, to me, I realize that it may look like a Dune Ball or something, but that's more, it's based off of the staff as opposed to us like rolling the enemies ourselves. Then you've got the armor upgrade, which is cool, and I don't associate that with a Dune Ball. And then you have a tertiary upgrade, where we're basically, it's kind of gonna be like Drobot's Afterburners, I'm thinking. Maybe a little easier to control, but that's it. And it's pretty much nothing, in my opinion, to do with the secondary attack Dune Ball. You're literally going primary, tertiary, and armor. And there's, I don't know, Dune Mage, you would think that this would be your secondary attack getting upgraded, and then the first one, Scarab Sage, would be your, primary attack getting upgraded. That's not the case. It's kind of like a nice mixture on each one of them. This one, I just feel like the title is very misleading. Plus the Soul Gem Buggy Buddy, it's kind of neat, but to me, it would have made more sense for it to be part of Dune Mage, and then any one of these three, or from the Scarab Sage path, Magic Scarab Ride, to actually be the Soul Gem. So, this isn't one of those deals where I'm like super disappointed, kind of like with Frino and Punk Shock type things. It's just, I feel like it's kind of, people are going to hear Dune Mage and they're going to think, oh, well, that upgrades your secondary attack, I'm going to take that. And it really doesn't. And then people that, love the primary, will just blow it off. But then the people that think the secondary attack Dune Ball's epic, you're going to take this, and then you're going to buy all three, and you're going to be like, whoa, what? This didn't do anything for my secondary attack that I like so much. So, kind of a strange deal there. That said, here's our little man of the hour Dune Bug. I'm going to hop in here. Again, it took me no time at all to get this done, but right here, Scarab Sage. Use new magic staff attacks to dish out damage to your enemies. I'm cool with that. The first upgrade there, Stunning Spread, it had the magical orbs. The next one, it made the primary do more damage. And then the third one, even though it's kind of flight related, it's, the staff slamming into the ground. So that literally is kind of like the primary. But then down here on Dune Mage, trap enemies in more powerful spheres of magic. How? I mean, you're not doing anything with Dune Ball. Dune Bomb, which is the first upgrade, which is the only one that has anything to do close to the secondary attack, it's actually, staff based, and they're calling it a grenade. So it's mind-boggling. The other thing I can tell you, down Scarab Sage, when we got Scarab Power, the staff went completely gold. I know a lot of people are opposed to that aesthetically. Down Dune Mage, it looks like Hardened Shell is going to basically make him have a golden aura. I am not going to like that at all, but that said, it is armor, so I'm probably going to take it. But I'm excited to kind of see how this one pans out. I'm excited to see, Starstrike got an armor upgrade tied in with the path, and it was plus 25. So I'm thinking he should probably be the same thing. Plus 40 would be wicked cool. But let's go ahead and buy this. I've kind of given you enough of my personal opinions on things you may not care about. But bear in mind, all my prices are with the 18 Wing Sapphire discount. This is Dune Bomb. Hold Y, which on the Wii U, that is your primary attack. That is Mystic Missiles button. It is not the Dune Ball. That's the A button on the Wii U. So that's kind of where I'm, basing like my, hey, maybe this should have been worded differently, or Buggy Buddy could have been this and something else could have been the Soul Gem. I do like Buggy Buddy. It just seems to me like it's more geared towards this path than the other upgrades, because it's actually related to Dune Ball. But nonetheless, we're just gonna go ahead and buy this thing and see what it does. Hold Y for a short time to charge the staff. Release to shoot a Dune grenade that traps enemies and explodes. So it's similar to the Dune Ball, it's just based off of your staff, which is the primary attack button. So pretty interesting there. Alright, now, I hope you took a good long look at Dune Bug there. He looks epic. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the colors on him, like personally, but it looks really cool. It's one of those things, I'm not big on purple, but it's almost like that Misty Chrome or a Chameleon. He's got blue, purple, green, turquoise. Just kind of depends how the light hits him. He looks really good both in the game and in person. Sadly, with Hardened Shell, it looks like they're just going to cover him in gold, which that appeals to a ton of people. I mean, that's why there's like gold packages and trim packages, and people want gold jewelry and all that. I hate it. It's just, I've never liked it. I don't know why. I'd prefer silver. I don't care that it's less valuable. It just doesn't appeal to me personally from an aesthetic standpoint. So that said, the increase in armor does, so we'll buy it. 1408 is the price. Armor is increased. A new Hardened Shell reduces damage taken. So let's see what this should, as soon as I buy this and we get into that cutscene, we should get an idea of what it'll look like. So hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, I hate that. It looks cool. I mean, it's definitely different and unique. When you take that, you definitely know, if you come across a friend that has this, they took the Dune Mage path. It's just, that looks super cheesy to me. Not a fan of it. Now the cool thing is, on Dune Mage, we can buy all three of these things. Sparkling Wings, I'm excited to see this one, just like I was Magic Scarab Ride. Press X to hover, causing sparks of magic to shoot out from behind. So this is one of those deals, you're going to be hovering a lot anyway. It's basically twice the speed. Now you can do damage, as you flee from enemies or go to a defensive position. Whatever you're gonna do, so this will be neat regardless of how he looks. So 1920 is our price there, and we can actually buy the Soul Gem too. So, and now some of you are absolutely gonna love that golden look, and you'll take Dune Mage just to ensure that you have that golden look. I'll hold off my judgment till we've seen damage numbers, but Buggy Buddy is a Soul Gem for 2560. Press A twice to summon Buggy, a little bug who rides a Dune Ball and rolls up nearby enemies. Now this is kind of a cool deal, a nice concept, but again, to me it seems like Dune Mage should have had this, and then Dune Bomb could have been the Soul Gem, or Hardened Shell. Only downside there with Hardened Shell is then your Dune Bug would wind up pure gold. Which, let me get out of here. This is what's weird. Alright, if you take Scarab Sage, your entire staff turns gold. If you note, you're staring at a block of gold, with the exception of the staff. And the staff is solid gold if you take Scarab Sage. So again, if Hardened Shell would have been the Soul Gem, those people that really like gold could take Scarab Sage. Nonetheless, let's check this out. Okay, armor is at 64, so he was given plus 40. That makes the gold a little easier to deal with. Remember, Starstrike had the plus 25 armor, which I kind of thought that was odd because it's the first time I've ever seen armor that wasn't like plus 40. But Dune Bug, despite being magic element Newlander just like she is, he got the full plus 40. So that makes it a little bit more livable, you know. Let's go ahead and take a look now at Sparking Wings. Just going to press X to hover here. Kind of a cool deal. I mean, that ties in well with the gold and everything. And it actually, I mean, if you look at where I'm at the edge of the stairs, that goes back about 2 characters. So, I mean, that will be nice. Let's see what it does damage-wise now. Wow. That's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not a fan of how he looks right now, but the fact that I'm in flight, moving really fast, and then I'm going to do 25 damage to whatever is chasing me, or I can just kind of fly into it and deal the damage. And I mean, it's rapid too. Once you start hitting it, it goes and goes and goes, which is really cool. 25 to 38 there. I'm going to go ahead and enter that in on our spreadsheet here. That is actually a very, very cool upgrade in my opinion. Hardened shell, let me go ahead and document that. Armor, I have to put armor before plus 40 or it will give me some crazy deal. Armor plus 40, we went from 24 to 64. Now Dune Bomb, the first thing that we bought, let's take a look at that. It was going to be hold Y for a short time to charge the staff, release to shoot a Dune grenade that traps enemies and explodes. So before we do that though, I'm in flight. We can launch our little Dune Ball, you know. We can shoot the primary button, you know, we got our projectile missiles and everything while we fly, while we're dealing damage. He's actually going to be pretty cool in flight using that staff. So thing now is we've got to break it down here. We're going to hold Y. There's our 10, 17, 32, and now it's fully charged. Note you can move around. Let's come over here to get away from that stupid sheep, and let's see what happens. Okay, well, there were 2 numbers there. I think one was 40. It almost looks like 405, but I know that can't be right. What is that second number? It's so hard for me to pick up. Dadgum. I can't read that second note. Again, this camera angle is an absolute nightmare. I know it starts with a 5. I wonder if it's not a 40 and then something else. Because basically what's happening, let me come back over here. I think we have a hit and then an explosion, and they're basically overlapping. That dumb sheep out of there. That was a 60. I may have to go to an arena challenge just because this is an absolute nightmare to see at this funky angle now. Tapping A twice for the Soul Gem. We've got Buggy Buddy. He's going to do 25. I'm assuming he would pick up 3 enemies. You know, it didn't say anything about increasing the capacity. It didn't increase the damage. The cool thing is he kind of auto sinks in on the enemies for you. But to test this out fully, let's come in here to Hungry Gobblepods, as I like to call it, and see what we can do. There's a good look at him. Again, it's kind of weird that the staff isn't all gold, which again, that's tied in with the Scarab Sage path, oddly enough. But I have to say, Sparking Wings is really, really cool. I like the Magic Scarab ride too, though. And it actually does more damage. It's just I feel like Sparking Wings might be more practical. Alright, let's just have some Buggy Buddy fun here. He's going after. He got 1, he got 2, he got 3. And he blew up, which is cool. Now, what did I want to test here? Let's do the wings. I mean, you get an idea how efficient that is. That's pretty cool. And he kind of looks green. I mean, the armor's sort of a green color. I'm so tired, I'm kind of like forgetting what I intended to do here. which was what? Dune Bomb. That's what we needed to test. So I'm going to have to hold this down, get it ready to go. We're charged up. Let's hit that. 25. Where did that come? Again, those numbers were so dang close together. Okay, I jumped, and you can still apparently... No, you can't. That lost the charge. That's fine. 25 there. 40 on the explosion. So now let's try it again. Base hold still good. 38. It's a shame I didn't have anything, so... 25 on the hit, 40 two times on the explosion. So I'm slowly piecing this mess together. 25 on the hit, 40 on the explosion. So each enemy got that. Oh, that took away my charge. You stupid Greebles. You just let me do my thing. We're gonna get eaten. That guy right there just is a problem, you know. That's kind of like a really fancy
level bonus stage.
Alright. Ah, Dune Buggy. Jeez, Buggy Buddy. Again, to me that's
the food thief is escaping.
Gonna keep going at this just to kind of try and get some solid numbers.
Indestructible cages have appeared. So many enemies.
Wow, that's thing's pretty potent. I mean, granted those are chompies, but still. So 25 to 40, I'm feeling pretty good. The Dune Grenade will not get the shielded enemies in. Which is funny because I can just like roll them off. I want the Greebles to come back. They're the best thing to work with in my opinion.
Level up.
Beetle Blast!
Actually, I can work with the bosses too. Get rid of this spell pump here. Again, those cannonballs are just a joke.
Power of the ground. Only a few enemies left.
So 25 killed him. 25 and 40. Now I just need critical numbers on that, which is going to be like a total nightmare, most likely. 38. So 25 to 38 with 40 on the explosion. Should probably type
Final stage.
25 to 38, 40 on the explosion. I'll do my best here. Let's have some fun with these soldiers. So yeah, I mean, when that thing explodes, that 40 is pretty much across the board. There's our 38, the 40, 25, 40.
So many enemies.
Let me try to hit one of these. This is probably horrible. Actually, let's fly and see what we can do. Then we're gonna take some hits. I'm not concerned about You get the idea how sparking
in there,
is.
it's almost over.
60? Was that going to be our critical 25 to 38 and 40 to 60? It would take that long to do it, I suppose. Let me try and do this. I'll let him come up. 38, 40.
Congratulations.
So let me just go ahead and put this in there. 25 to 38. On hit, that's really the best way to explain it. And then I'm thinking it's 40 to 60 on explosion, with the 60 being ridiculously rare. You know, we'll just call it that. Let's go ahead and get out of here now. I still don't know what I was seeing at the... Hopefully now the camera angle will have reverted back to normal, and I can kind of run back up there to the training ground and see what we can't figure out. And then I'll have to go to bed because it's almost 5. I'm gonna have to be up for some stuff. Not work, luckily, but some stuff.
Stories of his days in the arena. Feel free to put his advice to the test in
Oh,
some
these
arena
cutscenes are
battles.
gonna be the death of me. Is that tech in there? I'll have to get the treasure chest before I go in. Oh, there. I honestly don't know. I won't make you look at that. Okay, so what I want to do is come over here and go to my faithful little dummy here. 10, 10, 10, 17, 17, 32, 32. Now the big deal. Let's back up some. And he shot it way over there, but I think that looked like 25 to 40. I'd really like for you to hit this guy. I think it's 40 overlapping the 25. I think I've determined what it is. I should be able to see that when I edit, and I can just like slow the video way down. But I think that's 25 on the hit, and then 40 on the explosion. And I think the critical numbers will be 38 on the hit, 60 on the explosion. So I feel good about that. This is our Dune Bug, fully upgraded down the Dune Mage path. Which path would I recommend for you? Let's see here. Okay, number 1, if you like gold, take the Dune Mage path. If you don't like gold, but you like a little bit of gold, take the Scarab Sage path, because only the staff will be fully gold. If you want a fully golden staff and a fully golden Dune Bug, it can't happen. Let's see here. Let's just looking at the numbers. Sparking Wings 25 to 38. Armor plus 40. Dune Bomb 25 to 38. Magic Sacker. If you're going for damage, Scarab Sage path is the way to go. You know, discounting all the color and aesthetic changes, Scarab Sage will be like your more destructive path. It'll do slightly more damage there with it. Dune Mage. The biggest asset there, number 1, you get the plus 40 armor, which is really cool. Dune Bomb works incredibly well. I kind of like it better than the Stunning Spread. Granted, the Stunning Spread does 55 to 83, which is significantly more damage. Sparking Wings, though, that one, it doesn't do the damage of Magic Scarab Ride. That one 30, 45, 60. Sparking Wings 25 to 38. But Sparking Wings, as you fly, you're going to be dealing damage. So Dune Mage again kind of falls to the more defensive end. Scarab Sage, I mean, is going to be your more offensive path. Again, you know, it kind of depends. If you want to increase the damage that you deal, you're going to want to take Scarab Sage. It increases it, and it's more than Dune Mage offers in any way, shape, or form. Dune Mage, however, very functional path, very efficient. You cannot go wrong with the armor. However, if you're an aesthetic person, that glowing gold that you see there before I pause this, that's what you have to deal with. It. A lot of you are actually going to love that look. I prefer him as he was delivered in the packaging. You know, I might be in the minority there, but that's my personal preference. So, really, he has two pretty good paths. Both have their own benefits. The biggest advantage to Dune Mage, in my opinion, is the plus 40 armor and then sparking wings. As you retreat, really, it's not an attack that you're going to fly in there and use because your staff would be better or the Dune Ball would be more logical, but rather it's when you're going to be like retreating. Maybe you ran into a pack of enemies and you left, you know, some food up the road. You can actually run back to get your health there. If you play co-op a lot, you know, and your health gets low, and your buddy comes in to kind of take over for you, as you retreat, you'd be dealing damage while you're moving faster, mind you. But overall, again, Scarab Sage, that's going to be the offensive one. Dune Mage kind of falls into the less aggressive defensive category. I think the way to go, in my opinion, the way I play the game, probably Scarab Sage, just because it kind of addresses the primary. It does more damage, significantly more. If this was minimalistic increases, I would say Dune Mage, but Magic Scarab just does quite a bit more damage on the 60 end there, critical side, than Sparking Wings. Plus, I just don't like gold, so that's the downer there. I'd rather have a solid gold staff than a solid gold character, because you have to realize Dune Bug looks so ridiculously good. That's still, to date, one of like the best factory paint jobs. It's a really awesome paint. He looks really good in person. Changes in the lights, blue, purple, green, turquoise, cyan, Roy G. Biv, it's all in there. It's really cool. But the gold, again, while I am not a fan, I realize a lot of you will actually be drawn to Dune Mage just because of the golden luster. So that said, he is a character, not bad to have two of him. Both pass fairly well, but again, if you're just thinking, hey, what can I do to make my Dune Bug hit the hardest and kind of clean house for me in the arena challenges and story mode, probably going to want to go Scarab Sage. If that doesn't interest you, or you just really prefer the simplicity of Dune Bomb over Stunning Spread, and you like the idea of flying around dealing damage without having to do anything else and having armor, take Dune Mage. But that's my take on it all. It is now after 5 in the morning. I'm going to have to get some sleep. Hopefully you're asleep right now, unless you're on the other side of the world. In that case, hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. But I'll go ahead and end this here. Let me pull the screen back up and the mic back up. And yeah, no frames were dropped. Everything's great. And I'll go ahead and turn my computer off, and then that way I should be able to edit these tomorrow. But Starstrike and Dune Bug, very good Newlanders, well representing the magic element in my opinion. Kind of same along the lines with Scorp and Slobbertooth there. So should have this dynamic duos videos up very soon for you. And then I will probably do Smolder Dash. Then it'll either be Zulu and Bumble Blast, or I may go ahead and do Scratch and Popthorn. Not 100% sure how we'll go, but I'm going to try to do them alphabetically. And then on the flip side, I've been really wanting to do Stink Bomb, Spyrise, Night Shift, a couple of the other swappers really bad, so we'll see how all that pans out. Hoot Loop as well. But those guys, I've been looking forward to that for a long time. So tons of stuff to do, tons to keep me going. It's just I have to have the downtime to edit and upload the videos, and that's kind of where it ruins my little fun, if you will. But of course, that's the way you get to see them. So bottom line, if you're interested in Dune Bug, if you want to know everything there is to know about him, take the link at the top of the video description box. It'll take you to a post dedicated solely to Dune Bug. You'll see his base upgrade, you'll see the Scarab Sage, you'll see the Dune Mage Path, you'll get damage numbers on everything. Then you'll have access to my spreadsheet that documents everything in full detail. If something on there doesn't make sense to you, watch the video. It should kind of explain it to you. You'll get a feel for my lingo, terminologies I use. But that said, make sure you are subscribed. That way, whether I do Smolder Dash or Scratch or Popthorn next, you will be amongst the first to know. You can take all that in. Hopefully it'll help you out. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here for whatever it is that I decide to do next.